Today is Tuesday, August 2nd, 2022. Welcome to the first show of the month of August here on Walking This Way's Impact Voice podcast. I'm your host, Ferman Jackson Jr., along with Miss A. Anna C. in her absence from Mobile, Alabama. Then we got the go-getter herself, Coach Shae from Dallas, Texas, in her absence. And also we got the man himself, Kenny, Primetime Williams, the king of Greensville, Mississippi, in his absence as well. I'm very excited to have our very special guest for the month of August. Can't believe we're already in the 8th month already. And we have international recording artist Chila Lynn. She has a new album out that's titled Unleash Mode, which is available on different media platforms. She transitioned from where she's from into the States. We'll ask her questions about how did adjustment being for her, and what she expects by living into the States, and what her goals is, what her dreams and what things she want to accomplish. And we know that's what we hear about here on Impact Voice Podcast. And we know we are live streaming once again on Facebook Live, of course. So if you're watching us, we want you to like, share, comment. We want to hear from you. Not only that, we want y'all to put the hashtags in the comments. Put hashtag, are you ready to be unleashed? That's what we're going to put in tonight. So hashtag, are you ready to be unleashed? So we want to hear those comments from y'all. We hope everybody having a great day. We hope everybody have a very productive day. And we're going to do some breaking the ice. So something that we started here on the podcast, of course. And I'm going to ask my guest, Chila Lynn, here with me tonight, as she hang out with us. And I'm going to ask her to introduce herself. So I'm going to ask you some questions. So what is your name?
My name is Chila Lynn.
What you do?
Well, I'm a musician. I'm a national and international recording artist.
And what is something fun about you that people don't even know?
Well, that I talk like 4 languages.
Awesome. And what do you need today?
Right now, something sweet, a brownie or something.
And what wicked smart tip will you give someone?
Well, I learned that there is a sentence that I always have in my head that this also shall pass. Like every time something bad happens or something good, it shall pass too. So sometimes we get overwhelmed by the current situation, but I always remember that life is a continuous. So it are more events than just one. So I enjoy the happy moments, and the bad ones I just hang on there because that also shall pass. So that's my wicked smart tip.
And awesome. And like I said, we thank you once again for taking time out to be the schedule. I know you are promoting. I know you are pushing the album. And that's what it's all about, promoting, marketing yourself, branding yourself. Give big shout outs to everybody that's watching us right now on Facebook Live, of course. Also, we got Coach Shae herself. And before we get off into the interview with you, our featured guest, I know Coach Shae got some entertainment news for us. So go ahead and take it away, Coach Shae, with the entertainment news.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Sheila, it's good to see you.
Yeah, thank you.
So happy to have you back. Y'all, I'm here to bring you the celebrity tea. So, months after public humiliation, Will Smith himself, has came out of hiding, y'all, and has released a public apology. He has released a public apology, guys. If you did not see this public apology, 1 second, I'm going to let you guys see the clip, the snippet. Oh, it won't let me share my screen. It won't let me share my screen, y'all. It won't let me share my screen. Oh, no. Well, since it won't let me share my screen, I'll let you guys know. So Will Smith said he wanted to apologize to Chris Rock for not acknowledging him that night during his acceptance speech. And he also apologized to the mother. And he also apologized to Tony Rock as well, because he said him and Tony Rock actually had a relationship, friendship prior to this. So Chris said he is not ready to talk about this, before this, Chris Rock already had said that he wasn't going to talk about it until they paid him. So if y'all not ready to hear surviving Will Smith, or ready to produce Surviving the Will Smith, Chris Rock is not trying to hear it. He's not trying to hear apology. Neither is he want to talk about his experience with his embarrassment at the Oscars. In later news, Neo and Crystal Renee have split, y'all. They have split. If you want to see the full, if you want to know the full Instagram message that she wrote, definitely go check out the Shae Room. But she said after 8 years of life and deception, to say that she is heartbroken and disgusted was an understatement. Her and Neo have separated. I heard a lot of people, I seen a comment that said that she too has some narcissistic traits for even posting it publicly online. So if you guys is watching here live on Facebook, or you watching this on YouTube, definitely comment below and let me know, do you think that Crystal Renee is, kind of exposing some narcissistic traits? Because women can be narcissists too. I know we hear this a lot in the men realm, referring to narcs, but a woman can be a narcissist too and carry those narcissistic traits. So do you think that Crystal is just playing victim? Which, let me know what you think. And finally, rapper Mystical arrested on domestic violence charges. 51-year-old Mystical, y'all, was booked on charges: first-degree rape, felony, domestic abuse by strangulation, robbery, and criminal damages. This is the same person that previously did 6 years for the same charges, and he had to be registered as a sex offender. I am so disappointed, and I'm still trying to figure out how it went from rape to robbery. It like the whole scenario changed really quickly. So I will keep you guys updated for sure on how this situation even transpired. The news has it kind of vague right now, but I definitely keep you guys posted. You guys continue to be dynamic, and don't forget to follow me on all social media platforms at I am Coach Shae. Peace.
Awesome. Thank you, Shae, with the latest entertainment news and updates. Once again, we're very excited to have our featured guest on tonight. And read a few comments in the comment section. Demetrius Wood said, keep talking. That accent is beautiful. Sabrina Ford says, she's so beautiful. It's the hair for me. So
thank you.
All right, so we got a few comments in the comment section as well. And also, I want everybody to know, put hashtag, are you ready to be unleashed? Put that in the comment section, let you know that you are watching with us as well. Big shout out to everybody. Big shout out to DFW. Big shout out to Atlanta, Georgia, and other surrounding areas as well. We're very excited to be part of the podcast tonight. And it is August 2nd, 2022, and we are live streaming on Facebook Live right now. So we encourage everyone to like, share, hit the thumbs up, hit the hearts up, leave your comments. We will read your comments here on the air while we are streaming live with Chila Lynn. We're very excited you was on here before, and we welcome you back. The last time we did, it was like, I think 2 o'clock in the morning where you was, compared to us in the States at 7. So right now, we still a different time zone, because right now in Texas, we're 7 and you're at 8 on the East in Georgia. So let everybody know who you are for the very first time. No, you're a woman of creativity. You're a woman for the energy. You have a lot of stuff going. So introduce yourself to the audience as we're live streaming right now on Facebook Live.
Well, it's difficult to talk about myself. I always say it, but my name is Chila Lynn, as you might know now, and I was born in Cuba. I'm a musician. Ever since I can remember, I've been doing music, singing. I played piano. Now I play also the guitar. And I did a whole career in Europe. I have 2 studio albums, and now I came to the States because I always wanted to try my music here. And I've been here like for 2 or 3 months, and I'm blessed. I feel blessed. I feel grateful to be here, and I can't wait to keep sharing music with y'all.
And awesome stuff. And I know Shae had some questions for you as well, because she wanted to ask you how your transition was. So go ahead, Shae.
Yes, I definitely saw you in the middle of your transition. How has it been for you moving here, and how has your son been transitioning with the new move as well?
Well, it's a blessing, to be here. So when things are a blessing for you, when something good happens to you, everything that comes along with it, you're happy about it. So I gotta say that I always had a hunch about this place, about the United States, since I was very little. I always dream about being here because all the artists I've always admired, most of them they're from here. And I always had a hunch about this place, about trying my music here and sharing with people. I knew in my heart that I was going to like feel fit in, and I just confirmed that coming here. I was living in Madrid, and as I told you, like doing my whole career there in Europe. But now I think that it really worth the trip. And every time I have a minute, I just thank everybody because I've always felt welcome here since minute one. And yeah, I'm confirming all the hunches I had about this place. I'm really.
She's like, it's been great. Have you got to perform since you've been there, and had you met anyone famous that you had wanted to meet?
Yeah, right now we're working hard with my team. We already released my first EP here in the United States. That is insane.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's called Unleash Mode, and I gotta say I feel grateful because every person that hears it, they fall in love with it as much as I do. And it's a song about empowerment, about unleash yourself, about my life experience, which is go for your dreams, take the jump of faith and do it. So yeah, I really hope it can be useful for everybody that hears this, that to take that job they always dream about, or to go for that couple they always wanted, and just live it. And I think the song is really making that impact in people. And the video clip is coming up. I'm really excited right now. I'm working on it. Everything that involves the creative work, like the styling, the makeup, everything. And I just want to reflect the whole spirit of the song in the image. So I really hope that people enjoy it and see all the hard work we're doing.
I know that you're usually pretty natural. How did you feel about the makeup? How did that go?
Thank you. Well, I've never been such to say it in a way, girly about all of those stuff, because I was always like more busy, like when you study classical piano, classical instrument, it takes you a lot of time and you have to be more focused on other things. But now I'm like experiencing that part of me, that feminine side of me. Like, I don't like that makeup, I like the other one. And I'm discovering a new me. I'm unleashing that part of me that was hidden there. And it's been a wonderful experience so far. So yeah, I feel good.
That's amazing.
And I know the transition. Oh, go ahead.
No, don't worry. Everybody's doing the hard work, since the hairstylist, the makeup artist, everybody's really committed to it. So I feel grateful.
Yeah, awesome. And how has the album been going as well? And how many songs are on the album? Or do you have any feature collaborations on the album, or is it just you?
Right now, we just released the first, the song that is going to give the title to the album, the Unleash Mode. We're going to the video clip, and I don't want to be like spoiler or something, but yeah, we're working on a hot feature or remix and another release coming up in September. And yeah, we're going as hard as we can and giving all our hearts in it. That's it.
And awesome. And I know you said that you always wanted to come to the United States. And I know she would ask you about it. So up to this point, how is the culture compared to Cuba to here? So those who never experienced Cuba, never been to Cuba, how is the culture there?
Well, Cuban people, it's not because it's where I grew up, where I was born, but we are really joyful. We love to dance, we love to sing. I gotta say, it's not so different from here. Of course, the music is different, and we have different roots, but it's not so far from here. of course, my country needs to get better at a lot of stuff, but it's not the people, it's just, government level. We are having really hard times right now, but I think Cuban people will overcome all of this, and I'm with them 100% in all of this process. But the cultures are not so far. I mean, after all, we're only 9 miles apart. 90, it's 90, yeah, 90 miles apart. So we're really close in that matter. But the thing that I most love, sorry, my English, I'm at that thing, about the Cuban people is how they survive things, crisis, how they overcome all of that. I mean, I think that's really something that they should be more recognized for. And I think it's something that we also have in common with the states. They're powerful countries, powerful people, and good people at the end of the day, that we just want to give the best of us to the world. So it's not been so different.
Awesome. And I'm reading some comments too. Sabrina Ford said, "You have natural beauty. You don't need any makeup, but I do understand for business it's sometimes necessary."
Of course.
So also stuff, and I know opportunity. We know everybody wants opportunity. Everybody looks for opportunity. I heard a saying that you don't wait on life, you make life happen.
Yes.
And that's what you did. You made life happen for you. You didn't have a pity party. You didn't whine and complain. You made something happen. You made that transition. Explain to somebody who has that burning desire to make that transition, because you went from Cuba all the way to the United States, and that's a big move for anybody. But in your personal experience, how can you like someone who has that burning passion to say, you know what, I want to take that leap of faith. I just don't know what to do. What advice would you give them?
Well, I'll tell him what I say to my son, to go for it, to shut down the world, because sometimes it's important. I was talking about that because I have in my webpage, I have a blog, a monthly blog that I like to share with people, like my thoughts, and also my podcast. I go for it, because at the end of the day, you live with you for the rest of your life. And I think one big question I made myself before coming here, before actually taking the decision of coming here, was, am I going to grow old without even trying it? Am I going to leave this world, this planet, regretting that I've never give it a shot? And I mean, the answer was clear. I'm going to go. I'm going to give my best. I mean, I'm not saying to people that give the jump without preparing. Of course not. I mean, I've been studying, preparing for this moment my whole life. But it's the first advice I would give any entrepreneur, any musician, every person in life, that you're never going to be ready for it. Actually, you just have to do it when you feel most ready about it, and give your heart, and really believe in God, and that if it's meant to be, it's meant to be, and go for it. I gotta say that every time that I mean, the most of the times I've been wrong in my life is because I was worried about the outside noise and not about my inner voice. Somehow God sends you that signal inside, and you have that willing to do something. It's a signal. So as long as you don't harm anybody, you follow that signal, and you'll be good. That's what I did.
And that's important, just to step out on faith and don't wait for something to happen. I use this philosophy, and I use this: nobody's not gonna knock on your front door and you open the door and tell you, hey, get your life together. Nobody's not gonna do that. Life is gonna go with or without you. Time is gonna go with without you. Which we do it. We only got 24 hours within the day, and tomorrow is not promised. But we have the, well, I'll do it tomorrow type attitudes. But when you made that transition, have you had people try to out talk you from out doing that? I know when you make moves, you got people always gonna come and say, you sure you want to do all that? You don't know nobody over there. How do you block the haters? How do you block the naysayers? Because think about it, you may think everybody cheering for you, have them already. They booing you, want you to fail. So how do you deal with the haters who said, I wouldn't do all that, that's too much? So how do you block out the haters and the naysayers?
Well, you really, as I told you, you really have to shut down the world, and not in a bad way. You just have to shut it down and hear yourself and believe in yourself, and go for it. I know it sounds like a cliche because everybody says it, but I'm a living proof about that. I lived it. I mean, I said, I'm going to do this. I've always had that faith. Once I wrote a letter and I threw it to the sea, and the sea made it to the States. I threw the bottle from my from Havana, from the city I was born, and the bottle made it here. And suddenly it was all over the place. It was on CNN, it was on Fox. Everybody was calling me about my dreams, and I was like, this is a sign. I should. I tell people that don't wait on those confirmations to happen, to go for it and to shut down the world, and just do it, because sometimes there's people that love you, that they're afraid that you fail, and they're putting that negativity into you, without even wanting it. They just care for you. And there's people that hate you and just want you to fail. So most important of all is just believe in yourself, and go for it. That's the most important thing I've done.
Yeah, awesome. Hey, Shae, you have anything you want to comment on now?
I love that. I love that Sheila is she really I hear like she really follows her intuition. Like when she get her download, she really go with that move. And it's very important to follow your intuition, because normally that is the first initial thing that we should do. That's normally like the first thing, the first instinct that you think. If somebody asks you, do you want to go to the bank and cash this check? And your mom be like, no, then that's probably the first thing you should go with. So I really love that you follow your intuition, that you and that you lead, that you self-lead, like you really allow yourself to immerse in the feeling of what you want, and you lead with that. And I love that. That's very important. That's very important.
And it is. And I just think about once you make that first step, how everything comes together. You hear people say the universe moves in your favor, things like whatever you believe in, moves in your favor once you take that step. Even Paul said in the Bible, willing, you must be willing. Have that willing attitude. You was willing to step out on faith. You could have made all these excuses to say, hey, I can't do that. That's too much. But the willingness, because God gonna make a way. We just have to trust Him. The Bible said, "Walk by faith, not by sight," and that you did, and you walk by faith, not by sight, and then things open up for you. And people need to hear that tonight. That hey, once you step out on faith, things will change, go in your direction. We do get discouraged. Don't get me wrong, but overcome the odds. How do you overcome the odds? Because I know we could be our own worst enemy. I know we look at people from the left to the right, but a lot of times we be our own worst enemy. So how do you overcome the odds when a lot of times we get ourselves in the way?
Well, procrastination is always there. It's always telling you, holding you back, and telling you, oh, and I have my moments. I gotta say, I'm of course I'm human. I have my moments that, oh my God, what did I do? What was going? Something can go wrong, and I came this far, but you have to be strong about that, because at the other side of it, there's a beautiful new path, and beautiful new people that are there, and waiting to meet you, and you're waiting to meet those people. And one sentence, I believe in the word. Words are magical. How you talk to yourself, how you talk to other people, it's really important. Once I learned that, and every time I found myself in that situation, I said, I'm not going to die tomorrow. I'm not going to die today. I'm still breathing. I still got time. Because sometimes we'd say, we're running out of time. We're running out of time. We have to keep going. We have to, I did this mistake, but life is about that. It's about, committing mistakes, and overcome those mistakes, and go on. So I just stop procrastinating, and say, I believe this is what God wants me to do. I believe this is my path, and I'm going to stick with it, and I'm going to learn, and I'm going to enjoy the process, because the process is not all pink flowers. Okay, the process is also the fight, the struggle, And I heard someone, I think it was Jada. Now you were talking about Pinkett, about Will Smith. I think it was Jada Pinkett that I think she said once that if you don't pass through anything wrong, what are you going to tell when you are there? When you achieve your goals, what are you going to tell people? Like, I've been on pink roses the whole time? No, you got to tell that I overcome this, and this was hard, but I was stronger enough to pass through it and also achieve the goal. So it's part of life, and as soon as you can embrace that is your story. It's your story you're living. Even the bad moments is your story. So as you learn to appreciate that too, you're going to be fine. That's what I do. That's what I tell to myself. This is part of it. Happy moments will come.
Awesome. And I'll read a comment in the comment section as well. Sabrina Ford said, yes, I love the passion in her voice.
Oh, thank you.
And she said, right, what's your testimony? Everyone has one. So Sabrina Ford in the comment section asking, what's your testimony?
My testimony, like experience that I lived.
Your experience that you live, where you started from to where you at today.
Yeah. Well, I was born in Cuba. In Cuba, there's music industry, but it's not so powerful. So I love my country, but I had to leave at a very young age because they didn't have the music industry I always wanted to get in. So I moved out to Spain and to Europe in general because I want to study. I work hard. I studied piano. I went to study to France. I earned like the possibility to study there, and because of my grades and everything. And then I had to start over there. I had to send my music. I had to really fight for the first time I signed a record deal was there in Europe, and I was 19 years old, and I really had to study hard. I didn't have a normal childhood or a normal teenager life because all of that was changed for hard work, for studying. I had to study like 5 hours piano every day, including weekends. And normal boyfriends, something that people life. I couldn't have it. I only had like flashlights of all of that thing. And then I went to Europe, recorded my first album. And then I wanted to record in Spanish. I went back to my country because I said, if I'm going to record in Spanish, I'm going to go back to my country. I recorded there. Then I flew back to Spain. And during all of that time, the United States, coming to the United States was always on my mind. I tried to reach out for a team because I really wanted that this is my dream, what we're talking about. I didn't want it to trust my dream to the wrong hands. So I've been not desperate, not, just focusing on waiting on his time, that is never wrong, and finding for my team someone who was so in love with my product as I am. And I wrote a letter in my country, from my country shore, in a very like sacred place that we have there. And I throw it to the sea. The bottle came to Florida, made it to the Florida shore, and it was like a presentiment, like something like a deja vu of something that was going to happen because it really made it here. And then I found my team through social media, through LinkedIn. It was crazy. I was in Spain, and then I started to send material to American producers, American managers, American people, and then a team responded, people that really wanted to work with me, despite what everyone said, because Cuban people and my family and everybody, I've always had support, but the States, it's like something really far away that my people see in television. For example, the Grammys night, that is my That is my dream. I mean, I hope I'm gonna work hard for it. But one of my dreams is to win a Grammy, for example. And people, every time I talk about this with my partners at school or with people, they always say, "You're crazy. That's impossible for us. It's impossible." And I said, "No, it's not. I mean, it's not. It's just we just have to work on it, and keep the faith." And look at me now. I'm in the States, and I'm here. I had to deal a lot with the music industry because I used to work with part of my family. They didn't respond to me well. I had I've been disappointed on the music industry because I've been working with family and that didn't went well. So that's my testimony. I really had to stick with my dream to be here right now, standing here. And everybody's talking about like the competition, for example, that this is a place where there's a lot of competition, that this is a place where there's a lot of artists. And I say, I didn't came to compete. I just came to do music. I just wanted to live here, not because of, I don't do this because of the money or because of the nothing. I just wanted to come and do music and meet new people and new artists and make good friends along the way. And I think that is what has kept me grounded in it.
And that's what's up right there. And Sabrina Ford said she was agreeing with you that everyone has a story. So she was agreeing with you. I got a question too from the audience in the comment section. Ms. James asked, what's your motivation?
Living. I discovered that the reason to be alive is living. So I just want to be, my new mantra is, it's my time to be happy. It's my time to be happy. Of course, there's going to be situations and bad situations and obstacles, but I'll be gladly and happy to overcome those obstacles because I live and I'm doing what I love. And when God calls me to heaven or, I'm going to be glad to go because I just want to live a full life doing what I love and sharing it with my friends and my family. That's my biggest motivation right now, living.
Awesome. And if we have anybody that want to ask a question in the comment section, they can. It's open because like I said, people are just really loving your voice and they just talk how beautiful you are and they're really just fascinated. But let's talk more about the album, Unleash Mode. How many songs are on the album?
Well, it's difficult because I do almost a song per day. It's a kind of a lifestyle that I have. But I've always had like 10 songs in every album I do. It's kind of a tradition. I already have 10 songs that I think it's going to be in the Unleashed Mode album. But I'm not really sure. Maybe it will have a bonus track or something. Maybe we're working on it. I mean, these days, people release EPs and singles and then they go to the full album. I think it's going to be like 10 or 12 songs so far. But you never know. We are in Unleash mode now. You don't know what's going to happen.
And then I know that the Unleash. And that got to be a word for this time, unleash.
Yeah.
When you hear the word unleash, Shae Lynn, what's the first word that pops in your head when you hear the word unleash?
Yourself, be you. Your inner strength. Because I've always believed that what is going to leave your mark in this world is who you are. When people go, when people pass away, for example, when we stop seeing someone that we really care about, what we really remember about that person is how that person makes us feel, despite of her voice or her hair or her face or his face. I mean, it's the sensation, that we attribute to that person. So that's what comes to my mind. Unleash is go for it, be you, and don't let people coerce you, because I don't know. I feel like we live in a world that sometimes is kind of squared, and there's circles and triangles, and yeah, that's what pops in my mind. Like, be yourself.
Well, I'm gonna ask you. She gave her a word. I'm at Shae too. So Shae, when you hear the word unleash, what's the first word that pops in your head?
The first word I think when I hear unleash, I hear like the first word I think of is like transformation. I think of transformation like when you unleashing something, it's to prepare for like a next level. And so I think yeah, for me, I think transformation is the first word that popped in my head. Um, and I think that's what Chila Lynn goes for in her music. It's like some type of transformation music and empowerment music. And that's what she kind of goes for. She wants to empower people and impact people like we do here, right here on the podcast. I'm so lucky to have you back. Love it. And I'm so glad that you're enjoying it here. Maybe one day me and Ferman could fly out to ATL and visit you. I don't know. We all get teamed up and we all fly out or something. You know, it'd be dope. Just to, come visit and hang out.
For sure, for sure.
And that's it. And I also got a comment too from Sabrina. Sabrina Ford says, it's her realness and innocence. So she said it's her realness and innocence. She said there's so much fake in the entertainment industry. We need people like her to be an example for Black and brown people.
Thank you so much. You mean the world to me. You almost made me cry.
Also, and then when I think about the word unleash, I think about freedom. That's the first thing that popped in my head was freedom, having total freedom. The Bible said, "Whom the Son made free is free indeed." You know, it's time for us to be free, free from our doubt, free from word, free from our lack of ability, but really embrace who we truly are. Knowing our identity, learning our identity is very important to me. And once you know who you are, nobody in hell can stop you because you know who you are, and nobody cannot stop you. You know your worth, you know who you are, and that's what life is all about, knowing who you are, embracing the true you. And I would listen to the Kevin Hart and Jay-Z interview. If y'all missed that interview with Kevin Hart and Jay-Z, they were dropping some real dimes. They were dropping some jewels in that interview. He said something, and maybe think about what you did, Shalane, was he said, create your own lane. When you hear what you did, you create your own lane. You transition from Cuba to the States. So I'm gonna ask you this: what is your opinion, what your thoughts when you hear the word create your own lane? What's the first thing popping in mind to you?
Well, just be you, and because I mean, we live in also in a world that everything is information, and for real, we have all that we are. I believe is what we the majority of our personality and what we are is what we hear because it all comes in since we were born through our senses. It all comes in your parents, your friends, the situation, everything that's going on. And as I told you, sometimes there's too much noise outside. And in my country we said todo el mundo viene con un libro bajo el brazo, which means in English that everybody borns with their own book under your arm, which means that you have your story inside of it. Okay, so when you create your own lane, you just do you. And because sometimes of course it's good to have examples, it's good to be influenced by people or things that you feel close to your identity. But at the end of the day, that flow has to be bi-directional. It's not only coming in, it's also coming out. So sometimes you worry about for example, for the timing. You see other people that go through things or maybe achieve things sooner or longer than you, and you'll have your own lane, you have your own timing. As long as you remain faithful to you and who you are and your destiny, you will be fine. That's what pops in my mind. And I think that's what I've learned about the information about greatest minds. We all know it. For example, people, the greatest musicians that we have seen. That's why I love to read bios, because you always say people that they were called crazy at the beginning, but they stick to what they wanted to do and they achieve great things, So I believe, and I try to touch that way everybody. And that's the kind of people that I like to keep around me. People who treasure who I am, and I treasure who they are, and that we create our lane, you know.
Awesome stuff. And I'm asking you, Shae. Shae, what do you hear? What do you think about when the first thing you hear create your own lane? What's the first thing pop? Because that was very beautiful how Jay-Z put it in the interview with Kevin Hart.
Creating your own lane, I feel like it's the true definition of mastering self. Like when you create your own lane, you have definitely mastered self. Like it's no denying about what you want to do. You're not confused anymore. You laser focused. You shut out everybody, and you literally mastered what it's like to be in that lane by yourself. You've mastered self, and that is so important. Like self mastery, self-discipline is so important, especially being an entrepreneur, like, and being an artist, and just life in general. Like we have to be self-disciplined, we have to be self-driven, and self-mastery is cruising your own lane for sure. Creating your own lane.
Awesome. And I wanna also I was listening to a show yesterday with Sabrina Ford, and she was talking about with her podcast. A big shout out to her. And I heard something very important that she said. Being a student of the game, she studied different people that do interviews. She studied different podcasts, just paraphrasing on what she was saying. That's a beautiful thing when you become a student of the game, especially in your the lane that you're going into. You into music, so what you're gonna do? You're gonna study other music artists, how they approach the game. I know Shae, you into fitness, so you gonna study those that's already in the fitness world, how they change the game, and you just implement that in your own style. And that was beautiful how I heard Sabrina Ford say that on her podcast last night. So I know, Jillian, before we got on the show tonight, I know you mentioned about you worked out. You know, Shae, she's a fitness coach and she trains people as well. I know she probably got a fitness question for you, Shae. So Shae, go ahead and take the work. I know you want to ask us. She did work out this morning. So what you want to ask about that?
Look, I know, yeah, last time we did talk, you was getting into like your yoga and everything. So how is it going?
Well, right now I discovered a new passion I have for running.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I've been like skeptical about it because I have a lot of friends that tried it, that became a runner, and I was like, do you really like to run? I mean, like going outside and running, it's not too much effort and everything. And they say, no, I'm in love with it. It clear my mind. I feel in shape. I make the work. And I say, you know what? I'm going to try it, And I started to run. And yeah, it's difficult at the beginning because it's a big effort. I mean, I've been doing fitness live. I've been doing CrossFit, but not so hard, but now I said I began with a goal like 4 miles every day or something like that, 3.5 4 miles, as much as I could do. But really, I went with a goal to fall in love with it, to try that thing that they were talking about, And I said, why not? And I really fell in love with it. I wake up in the morning, I go and do my 3.5 or 4 miles, and with my music, I put my music on, and I see the everything, the trees, the people, the houses, and I really enjoy everything. The what I do. The places I go running, I really enjoy it, and I was talking about with Ferman that it allows me to plan my day, for example, in my head, to be ready for it, to think it like in a slow motion, to think it about the day and be ready. So when I come back and I take a shower and everything, I start my first meeting, I already thought about it and I'm ready for it. So it's being really therapeutic.
And awesome. And
Y'all heard that? How it's helping with her mental health, everything. Yeah. And you would never think running, because this is things that they shut off for us as adults, right? Like it's a few things they shut off for us as adults. Like one being our imagination. They tell us to stop imagining, get your head out the clouds, stop dreaming, That's the first thing they shut off. And then as we get older, we like, I'm not running. What I'm running for? Unless I'm running away from something, I'm not running. So that's literally, we become conditioned not to do the childish things that we once used to do. Because as a kid, we would run for no reason, right?
Yeah.
Like as a kid, we would run for no reason. So I'm really glad that you found your thing. I feel like everybody should find their thing. Try to do something new every day. Step outside of your comfort zone. Even me, I've been doing my own training, and my training that I've been taking has been some intense training because I want to up level myself and keep my clients at a advanced level as well. So it requires putting in some extra work. So definitely me running, I was like, that's something that I need to start doing more of, was running and weightlifting and conditioning, because me and Ferman, we do a lot of kickboxing, so we don't do a lot of running and conditioning and things like that. So that's definitely a great thing. I'm glad you found your thing, y'all. If y'all haven't found your thing that brings you mental clarity, that brings you those feel good endorphins, exercise is a very good way to bring about that. If it's running, if it's stretching, if it's yoga, if it's Zumba, if it's pole fitness, I don't care. Try something new and you just be so surprised how you might like it.
And
Because
also,
it has something that I felt that it wakes your body up.
Yeah.
It wakes you up. I gotta say, I started to like making myself doing it, go out running. But for example, today I am at a point that my body told me to go out. My body told me to take it to run, So
Yeah.
it's really cool.
Yeah, it's like your body knows. It's like once you start doing this, like your body just go.
Yeah.
It's just natural. It's in your nature now. It's a habit. Y'all, it's crazy. And you put me in a routine, having a routine, y'all. I noticed that when I get off of my routine, it's chaos. It's straight chaos. Once I get back to my routine, even if I'm off with a routine for a day, 2 days, 3 days, that one day that I get back is like I get so much done. So y'all, if y'all haven't created a routine, y'all found y'all little routine, go ahead, put your little routine in place. It don't have to be nothing strenuous, because people hear routine and they think they gotta do the whole day. It don't have, it don't have to be nothing too stressful. Yeah.
It can be a small moment, but just stick with it. And
Yeah.
man, that's some cool stuff. And I know what you're working out is you just working out on your own, or you working out with a personal trainer?
Well, I have friends. I'm gonna say, I have friends that do personal training, and I have several opinions because I'm a person. That's also the good part of being connected to yourself, that you know what you like and what you don't like.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's most important than knowing what you like.
Right.
And I am a person that I'm a hyperactive, so I have to change. I have to have a routine, but I have to feel improvement, and I have to change. Because sometimes I get bored. I found out that I got bored of being so much time in the gym, just lifting. So I discovered that my friends had a lot of activities that I could try. I did kickboxing too, that I like it. I love to swim. And now it's the running passion. Yeah, but I discovered that that body adapts itself to the training you have, and sometimes it's not working because sometimes you're adapted to a level of exercise that you need to change and get a little bit crazy about it. So it's fun. It can be fun because my mother has been doing exercise her whole life. She was I mean, for my mother's side, they all practice sports. My grandmother was a basketball player. My grandfather used to do polo, and my mother, she's now in the film industry in Cuba, but she used to be just, I don't know how you say it in English, is grime? Is that it? The thing with the swords and I don't know how you say it in English.
Right.
Oh, fencing.
What?
Like fencing?
Yeah, fencing. She used to do fencing when she was younger, and they passed that to me. That kind of necessity to work out myself and to be, not an athlete because I was a musician. I was a musician, but to do that. And they also give me tips to change it. And the best advice my mother gave me was like, exercise is a beneficial attack to the body. So as long as you see it that way, that you're beneficially attacking your body to be better, it's fun. So it can be fun because, yeah, of course, when you started, it's kind of a bad feeling because everything is moving and you feel sore and you have all of those stuff. But when you pass it, if you stick to it a little more, you can really find a passion and you can really feel good to yourself. And yeah, I do it because I wanted to feel strong. I wanted to be in control of my body, and that's that's how I do it and why I do it. So I really need things to be fun to do it, So that's what I do. I have personal trainers that they're all friends and they're giving me new activities to do. And if out there there has to be person that also get bored about just doing one activity. That would be my advice to, or my experience to share that look for more activities that they can do.
Yeah, awesome. I know I was watching the LeBron James video on YouTube, and I think he invests like 1 point million dollars in his body. And that when I watch athletes like that, that inspires me even more, how they take their fitness and their health very seriously and how they are willing to try different things. Like in the video, LeBron James adapted yoga into his workout regimen because he got that for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was longevity in his 40s, and LeBron adapted that. And I love that you can adapt to different things in order to become great. It's all about greatness and it being adapting to different things. And I know we're working out now. I know that has increased your being creative, right? Are you working out now? That creative juice is flowing. Let me ask you this question. I know we're pressed for time. When it comes to the studio, how would you rate your work in the studio? 10. How do you rate yourself when it comes to your work? Because we know that people become religious in the studio. So how would you rate yourself in the studio?
Okay, this is fun. This will be funny. I like the studio, but it's not my favorite part of my work.
Really?
For real. I mean, the studio is important, of course. It's where we go to record the ideas, to make music happen. Yeah. But what I really enjoy about my work is live. Is the media, the talking with people, the singing live, because I think there's nothing compared to the rush that you feel, the adrenaline that you feel when you share the music skin to skin. When you're there, when you see the people singing your song and dancing and receiving a great message from you, that energy, it's my favorite part of my work, So the studio for me, it's important and I enjoy it, but I try to stay away from that part so much because sometimes artists just live in the studio. They live there literally and they pass more time there than outside. And I don't criticize that. That's a way to see music, But for me, myself, I enjoy the studio, but I just go what is necessary, And from 1 to 10, rating my studio, of course, I'm gonna tell you it's a 10 because I have the blast time.
Right. That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah. I always make sure that everybody that is inside the studio with me has the same mentality I have, something. I'm not saying that they have to agree with me because I mean, if you are in a room where everybody agrees with you, you're not in the correct room. You're not in the right room. You need to be, I like to be in a place where I have people that also think different.
Mm.
me. But the same mentality. What I mean to say is that everybody is there to grow. Everybody is there, humble and prepared, and 100% focused on what we're doing, and being respectful with everybody's time. So um, that I mean, it's a 10 for me because I always make sure of that. And when you make sure of that, you can unleash everything you are having inside. Everything I have inside.
Yeah, that's true. It gotta be a 10 because you believe in yourself. You know, you're confident in your ability. It has to be a 10. And this is so beautiful. I know the lifestyle of an artist is very unique. How do you handle challenge all that from being a well-known celebrity to living a normal life? How as in your profession, how do you handle all that?
I try to be around people that keep me grounded. It's important. You do not lose yourself because this is a world that can actually knock you off. Sometimes you lose the sense of reality because it's so much going on. It's literally a lot going on. And I really want to be, I really surround myself with people that surround me just to be aware of the moment. Because
Okay.
the present moment is like, it's a present. And sometimes you have things also that you don't treasure enough
Right.
because you're too busy to see it. And when you have people that really care about you enough to tell you the truth of what was going on, because it requires a really brave person to look at your eyes, face to your eye, and tell you this is wrong. This is the truth. Is this one? This is what you're missing. This.
Mm.
So I always try. I mean, everybody can lie. I hate
Right.
it because of that, because lie is the easy way out. That's why I hate life so much. So I always try to have people that are sincere, honest with me, that keep me grounded, and not toxic people, not toxic, because those people, they don't keep you grounded. And they don't help you with anything. So that's how much I deal with it. I know it's going to grow more with the time, because at the end of the day, that's how an artist's life is. It comes to It's like a snowball that is coming, and it grows and grows and grows. But I really hope that in the bottom of that in the inside of the snowball, when I look around, it's my people. It's and I'm really trying to create a community uh, of everybody that follows my music and everybody who knows who I am. I'm really trying to create and build up a community, a healthy community.
Okay.
People that understand my message, and for real, they feel identified with what I'm saying, and they really like what I do. That's how
Awesome.
I deal with it.
And that's what's up right there. And Sabrina Ford said in the comment section, she said, everyone in the room doesn't have to agree as long we all understand the mission. Shalene, what you say about that?
That is true. It's true. As long as you have a mission, you don't have to agree with someone. I mean, I have friends and collaborators and people I work with that we're different, we're opposite, but we're still able to collaborate because we respect each other, our ideas, our mentalities, and there is something that keep us bounded, that is our willing to create and our respect, our mutual respect. So I'm 100% agree with
Man,
that.
awesome stuff. And I know we are pressing for time now. And before we get it off the air, Shalene, you have any final remarks for the listening audience right now watching us on Facebook Live? We want to give a big shout out to everybody in the comment section for comment on Sabrina Ford. Big shout out to you. Big shout out to Ms. James as well. Big shout out to my cousin Ronnie Harris as well that's watching tonight. Big shout out to my auntie that's watching tonight as well. Big shout out to everybody who is tuning in. Big shout out to my cousin early. He was in the comment section. Big shout out to everybody on tonight. We thank everybody for fully supporting. But Shalene, any final remarks for the listening audience tonight? Something they can take back with them when they leave off the air with us.
Well, that they be true to themselves and to the world, that um that keep going, that enjoy the process. And I know it sounds cliche, I say again, but it really, it's really important. And go play unleash mode, go play unleash mode and feel that vibe and dance it out. It's something I did from my heart. I really hope you can feel that in it, that call, that to be yourself. And I hope it helped too, and make you have a great time.
Man, awesome stuff. And we thank you, Shalane, for hanging out with us once again with me and Coach Shae. Big shouts to Kenny as well for timing in with us. Big shouts out to Anna C as well, her absent. And we want a big shout to those that's in the comment section. Thank you everybody for sharing tonight's episode. I also give a big shout out to Lee Johnson as well, your manager. Big shout out to him being very supportive as we connected via Facebook. He's been very supportive of your career and help you get to that next level. And that's what it's all about. Before we get off the air tonight, I want everybody to take their favorite drink, whatever you drink, whether it's water, wine, tea, whatever your favorite drink is. You take it, you look yourself in the mirror, you tell yourself, I love you. You tell yourself, I have your back. You tell yourself, we're going to make it. You tell yourself that you all that in a bag of chips. You tell yourself that you are beautiful. You tell yourself that you are gorgeous. You tell yourself that you are handsome. You tell yourself that there's only one you, and you toast yourself. And you know what? Let the games begin. Y'all have a great night. Be blessed. Me and Coach Shae and the rest of the mafia of the team, we're back to next week here on Impact Voice Podcast next Tuesday night. I will be doing a special edition next Wednesday night here on Impact Voice Podcast with my very special guest, Sabrina Ford. I'm looking forward to chopping up with her as she has this big event coming up here in DFW. Big shouts out to DFW, Dallas, Fort Worth, and the surrounding areas. It's amazing people here. I really enjoy being here in Dallas. My whole year, going on 2 years, December 18th, make it 2 years. I love the people, love the culture here, and there's so much work to be done here in the city. So big shouts to you, Shae, as well. You know, we pressing for time. We're going to be back here next week. Also, like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is Walking This Way's Impact Voice Podcast. The numbers are going up. I think we are at 319, I think. So they are going up. We want everybody to support. Also, we thank everybody for supporting our online store as well, Walking This Way's Impact. Well, we have a lot of creative t-shirts online that you can go and purchase. I will post that on my Facebook page as well. Anything else, Shae? I know you got some stuff going on. Go ahead and plug in what you got going on as well for those that's interested in working out, things of that nature.
Yeah, so if you guys are interested, I'm going straight nutrition, big on nutrition this month. It is the 8th month, y'all, and we have to crush it. So for the next 6 weeks, if you are looking to advance in your nutrition and you're looking to really buckle down and focus on your nutrition, definitely want to get with me. I'm going to run a beta program. The beta started today. We have until the 8th to go ahead and sign up before I run the next cohort. Will be in September. So you definitely want to go ahead, join the beta. And I just want to, I'm not charging for this beta. I really, really want to see some really crazy results. So you guys definitely tap in with me if there's something that you're interested in doing. I am Coach Shae. Follow me on all social platforms.
And awesome stuff. And also big shout out to Mr. George Brooks as well. He said hello to everyone in the comment section. One more again, I know we were pressing for time. Chila, go ahead and plug. How can people get in contact with you? Your social media platform. How can they purchase your music also?
Well, they can play my music in all music platforms: Apple Music, Spotify, Deezer, Pandora. Name it, you name it, and you just put my name on it, and you can play my music there. And we're also in all social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. I'm new on TikTok, and I'm enjoying it a lot. Well, and also Snapchat. We're everywhere. Go subscribe also to my YouTube channel and my webpage. I'm in every social media. I'm Chila Lynn Official. Okay, so you will find me there, and I would love to connect with you in that way too. I also have a podcast that is called Road to Be Boss, that is on Spotify. It was a space that I really wanted to not only sing, also speak to people and to share experiences. So my new song is Unleash Mode. Go and play it and enjoy it. It's yours. So shout out to my team. I want to say thank you. Shout out to you, to all of you. Thank you for having me. I every time I come here to the Impact Podcast, I just have a really good time. I feel in family. Shout out to all of you, to all the people that are supporting my music, to my manager, Lee Johnson, my social media guy, Steve, everybody. I mean, I love you all, literally. Thank you so much.
Man, awesome stuff. And we want y'all to have a great night. Enjoy your night. Enjoy your night. And most importantly, go back over your day, rehearse some things you can correct. So you're going to do the same, make the same mistakes tomorrow. So we're going to be back here next Tuesday night and next Wednesday night here on Walking This Way's Impact Wars podcast. Y'all have a blessed night. Salute to y'all. Salute to you, Chila Lynn, as well. Give your heart, as they say to you. Yeah. Awesome stuff. And we're going to be back here next week here on Walking This Way Impact Wars. Have a great night, everybody.
Great night.